My status quo for working out today. Also have love you and everyone. Mm. Chad, I'm not gonna lie. There might be a solid week or two between. Ah, crap! I have drank all my water, and it's time to drink more water. I feel like after Marvel Rivals came. Wait, hold up. Let me see. Let me see what he said. I'm so sorry. I wasn't reading chat because I was focused on planning things not only for the move, but I was setting up the Bible plan for everyone. So that's my bad. I feel like after Marvel Rivals came out, Overwatch kind of died. I would disagree because outside of Twitch, Overwatch gets more views than everything else. I would disagree. It also has a huger player base and is more lucrative and has a better competitive scene right now. Marvel Rivals does not look like a game that can last in terms of competitive, if that makes sense. That game does not look like it can last competitively, as of right now. If that makes sense. Competitively, it does not look like that game can last from the sense of that. So yeah, that's yeah. I can see where you're coming from. Well, the thing is, you got to understand. I am a competitive, or I was not anymore. I used to be a competitive Apex Legends player, so I look not only from the player's perspective of like just playing the game for fun. I have to look at the competitive scene too and the viewer base and everything. If you look at people who watch Overwatch, they're looking at Overwatch to see competitive gameplay from the best players in the world and just clip hunting from like Widowmaker and crap like that. But when you look at Marvel Rivals, people are looking at the actual entertainment of just the casual play because it has no genuine comp scene. It has a comp scene, but it's not like big enough for it to last. And on top of that, the game isn't executed well enough for it to have a successful comp scene as well. So you have to understand that and take that into account as well. It's just not the type of game right now that can be made competitively, if that makes sense. It's not that type of game. So that's why, yeah. All right, let me invite apexpro. You're reading your chapter, right? Okay, good. All right, cool. Did you have any questions? So it was straightforward. You understood everything? All right. Well, tell me what you learned. Well, tell me what resonated with you. What did you learn in James? You said James chapter 2, right? What did you learn? So like judging people by, not just what you hear or their appearance, but by the fruit and what they show of God, basically. And how to basically how to control yourself and pray for wisdom and not doubt, basically. Is what you're saying? Do you understand the importance of works versus actual faith and how grace alone through faith alone does save is true without actual obedience and repentance, basically? Actually, I'm not. It's actually the end of the chapter. Open the chapter 2 again. read the last, let's read it again. All right, let's read the last 5 verses. Start at verse 21, okay? Actually, start at verse 20, okay? I want you to read it. Start at verse 20 of James chapter 2, please. All right. Abraham. Yup. Meaning that, yes, Abraham was justified by his faith, which was completed, reaching his maturity when he expressed his faith through obedience. Thus saying Abraham believed God, and this faith was credited to him by God as righteousness and conformity to his will. Meaning believe has to do with trust and obeying God, and faith has to do with, not seeing God but still doing it and hoping for it. So he was called the friend of God. The believer was justified by works and not by faith alone, which is the acts and obedience of a born-again believer, which reveal the faith. Because while grace through faith alone saves by itself, it also does not, me saying that I believe in God does not prove that I truly believe in God, which is why the acts of obedience of a born-again believer reveal the faith, meaning why grace through faith alone does save alone, but no faith alone is true faith. So it also gives another example how Rahab the prostitute was not justified by works. She says, was she not justified by works too when she received the Hebrew spies as guests and protected them and sent them away to escape by a different route? Just as the human body without the spirit is dead, because you can't be alive without the spirit, right? Just as that is dead, faith without works. People look at this works as what I'm doing. This is not works-based salvation. Actually, the works this is talking about is obedience, meaning obedience is 100% required for salvation. I don't care what you guys say or say that I'm works-based salvation guy. I don't care if you call me a heretic. This verse is not talking about works as in good deeds. It's talking about obedience. And if you read the Amplified Bible, it says this verbatim. It says, just as the human body without the spirit is dead, just so as faith without works of obedience is also dead. Meaning it is not talking about non-salvational works. It's not talking about you going to church and giving money to the little preacher. It's not talking about you feeding the homeless or going on walks, since you guys think that that's what I'm talking about. It's actually about obedience, which you are going to hell if you don't obey God and live in sin when you die. That is hell. Okay? You're not going to heaven with that. Which is why this verse is necessary for salvation, because without obedience, you're not getting salvation because you don't have true faith. You haven't repented and you haven't obeyed God. Meaning that your true faith is proven by obedience and repentance, which is why faith without works is dead, because it's about obedience. So please stop coming in my comments saying that I am a works-based guy. I'm really not. And it really should not be hard for me to explain that works-based salvation is different from just simply obeying God. Alright, so now that you've done that, invite me to an Overwatch game, please. Do you have any questions, by the way? Alright, so every game we will be reading a chapter so that we can help you do that. So since you've read that chapter, that means you've completed your status quo for today. So we're going to go to yesterday's because you missed it. So what would you say applies more to you? Would you say you feel fulfilled? Would you say you have full certainty on how you want to serve God today? Would you say you're questioning your calling and who God truly is and have some questions? Or would you say you're struggling in sin and are looking for someone to relate to? You gotta pick one now. So you say you're struggling. Wait, the first one I said, like you feel fulfilled. Okay, so this is what we're going to be reading today. Matthew chapter 5, Matthew chapter 6, Matthew 11, 14, and 15, and Luke chapter 6. These are the things we're going to read today. In between games. So we got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different games that we're going to be playing today of Overwatch. And then let me ask you another one. Is there another thing out of those 3 that you'd like to learn about? Because I have another status quo from the day before that you missed that we have to do. So, correct? So we have the questioning your calling, the struggling, and wait a minute, is this the same one? Hold on. Huh, this is the same one, huh? Okay, this is the same one, never mind. Up again. Okay, let me look. Okay, I only gave 2, never mind. Okay, so this is the main one, alright, this is the one. Yeah. Okay, so I sent the same one 2 days in a row. Makes sense. Because you missed the last one, that makes sense. Okay, so we're just gonna make up on that. So you wanted to read the fulfilled one? So this one is basically for the purpose of you have more work to do because the day's not done, so that's why we're gonna read it. So we're gonna start with Matthew 5. We're gonna read chapter 6, chapter 11, chapter 14, and chapter 15, and then we're gonna read Luke chapter 6 today. You ready? But first we're gonna play some games. You're in my lobby, right? Well, it is time for me to drink water, and I do need to drink water every single hour to meet my status quo for the day. So I only have 205 calories left for today, so I gotta be careful with that too. So I will be right back. I'm gonna get 2 water bottles so that way I can stream throughout the time, if that makes sense. I'll be right back. I need to get some water. Could you please can you YouTube and make sure everything is okay, and if anyone has questions, let them know. Alright, thank you. Yo, dude, kind of sucks that I didn't take my phone with me because it doesn't track the steps I did, but that's cool though. I'm gonna do some sit-ups too. Woo! What is good, everybody? Okay. Yo. Yup. Did anyone say anything that I missed by chance? Okay, cool. Gotcha. Go read it. So, update on the meal prep. I did find a rice box that I put in. Lightly seasoned. Comes out to only 200 calories. And then, 200 calories, so I will be 5 under the limit. After stream, I plan to do some sit-ups, get a more intense workout in. Maybe do some, I don't know, something. Yeah. Do you want to play, Hero Mastery? Why not? Wait, no, that's not gonna work. Do you want to play, I can't play competitive yet. What level do I have to be? Alright, well, let's play, class lock or whatever it's called. The one where you lock the class. I want to play that one. Well, I'd like to play support and aggressive by chance, if that's possible. So I'd like to play damage and support class. So you should probably play a tank and play like Maga or something. Okay. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go, dude. Oh shoot, plus 500 battle pass XP. Let's get it, dude! Alright, let's do this. And then, oh, shout out to, my boy. Let me go shout out his channel real quick. Give me a sec. There's somebody else spreading the gospel I want y'all to see, alright? Shout out my boy Steven, bro.